Shri Anandamayi Mat ki Jai. Bhavatap pranashinyai Anand ghanamurtaye Jnana bhakti pradainyai Matastubhyam namo namaha Matastubhyam namo namaha. So we are speaking about 1937, where Ma and Ma's team, like Bholanath ji, Bhai ji, Gurpriya Didi, Akhandanand ji, they all did this amazing Kailash Mansarovar pilgrimage. First and foremost, it is important to say, for Ma, there is nothing like some intention to do a pilgrimage or something she wants to do for some reason to going to some temple or something like that. Because once when she was in Meenakshi in the South India, so those who were welcoming her, they said in their welcoming speech that Ma is herself the deity, the goddess. So there is no particular reason for her to visit some temple. It is just she is coming to see her own self. So there was no reason for Ma to go to a pilgrimage and get some benefit. She was born to give benefit, to give like some kind of energy, purification to all the tirthas, all these pilgrimages places. So why then she did it? So the first reason was this very, that when she went through this whole journey, she gave darshan to so many people. For their upliftment she went. Then another reason was the tirtha, this pilgrim, this space itself become pure through her presence. One more thing we can say, when Ma was there in Almora in 1936, towards the end of that, a girl called Parvati came to Ma. And it's very interesting how she came. So she had a vision when she was living, she was actually from somewhere near Kailash, living there. So she came to study in Almora. So she had a vision many years back. She saw Ma, she saw Bholanath ji and all of them. And she had thought that maybe I will meet this amazing Mataji sometime, and this fatherly figure, Bholanath ji. So when she was once in a school and she saw Bholanath ji going from the street, and she rushed, she recognized him. She said that I have seen you in my dream, but where is the Mataji? So Bholanath ji understood that she might have the vision of Ma. So she took her. And when she reached, she saw Ma, she asked Ma that, Ma, I had a vision that I'm going to take you and Bholanath ji and all of you to Kailash Mansarovar. And some of my friends also are there, we'll all take you there. So who knows who is this Parvati? Maybe she's the Shakti herself who came to take Ma. We don't know, because the name and it sounds like that. Then another reason why Ma went was Bholanath ji. So he had a strong desire to go. Since long he was saying that we have to go to Kailash Mansarovar. And absolutely he is Shiva, Bholanath. So he took Ma in his own place to Kailash, his own abode. And Ma, we all noticed that, how full of energy he was. During this whole journey, he was many times running ahead and then would come down and check if the whole, like Ma's team, everyone is walking quite fine. So he was checking and then running ahead. So even the local people, they really were amazed to see how much he was having this power, this enthusiasm, this energy. So this another reason was Bholanaji himself for this journey. And we get this whole information, detailed information of this pilgrimage through Gurpriya Didi's diaries. Those who really want to go deeper into this journey, please consult those diaries. It's most incredible account how Gurpriya Didi is writing each and every day, each and every incident which was happening. So it began like, I'm taking some of this glimpses, some of the main incidences which happened. So first thing is like when the Gurpriya Didi collected all the things like the warm clothes, the foods to be taken, food stuff, and everything. It was a huge, because they were like 7-8 people all together. So it was a huge luggage, and she was very puzzled because a certain amount of luggage they can take. They cannot take a lot because there were coolies, there were people who were carrying this luggage. So there was a limit of this weight. They cannot carry more than that. So Didi was very puzzled. She was very exhausted how to pack it. So she finally called Ma that, Ma, I cannot do, please help. So Ma came and she suggested few things, and in just few minutes, everything was perfectly done. So this was Ma. And then we saw like during this whole journey, there are few things to be noticed. First, people of this Himalayan range, they would come to Ma just like the metal is attracted to the magnet. They would just come and see her, be with her, talk with her as if she's very own. Once Ma was walking uphill and a woman was having a big log of wood on her head and she was coming down, walking down the hill. And as she saw Ma, she just stopped and she kept looking at Ma. And after some time she put down the wood and she ran towards Ma. And Ma then was sitting. So she sat near Ma, and for long she was conversing, she was speaking to Ma. She forgot where she was going, what she was doing. This is something which we see throughout her life journey, that people would be so much, just as soon as they will see her, they will be lost. Nothing they will remember. Then there were a few instances like the children. They would come and gather some wild flowers and offer on her feet that she's goddess. How they were knowing that. Incredible. And then this was also seen that whenever they would halt, because it was a long journey, so during the day or in the evening, whenever they were exhausted, they would take a halt. And as soon as the other people like Bholanaji and Akhandanandji, Gurpriya Didi, Bhaiji, they would gather and people would come to them, but they somehow knew that who is the center, who is the focus. So they will directly go to Ma. And then they would for hours sit near her, speak to her, and Ma was also like very friendly, as if they are her own. That was something seen so many times this was happening. Then there was one thing very remarkable. For during this journey, there was a black dog which followed Ma. Whenever Ma was coming, sitting, the dog would sit near her. As soon as she would start walking, the dog would move. So throughout the journey, the dog was with Ma. Who knows who was this dog? Then once it happened, Ma was singing. She was in such an incredible bhav. that let's go back to home, let's walk back home. And Gurupriya Didi was sitting there and she was looking at this white snow peaks all around and how Ma is so much in this bhav and she's singing with full, like, let's go back to home. So which home Ma is speaking? Ma is speaking about the real home, the real abode, our true, where we are supposed to reach. So once it happened, like Ma was sitting and there were few people, and an old man said to Ma, he said, Ma, I'm leaving, I have to go. I'm getting late, I have to go to my home. So Ma said, no Baba, you are not going home. He said, yes Ma, absolutely. I have built my home in such a such place, it is in such a such street, this house number. She said, no, Baba, this is a rest house. He said, no Ma, I have built through my own hard earning. This is mine. Ma said, no, it's not home. So then later people told him that what Ma really meant, that this is not our home. The home which we say, this 4 walls, this is a place, we say rest house, which we have to leave one day. How can it be our home? That really she meant that this all what we are saying is temporary. We have to leave. We have to find that abode, that eternal home. So then towards the end, when the group reached Mansarovar, we see here, Bhaiji and Bholanath, they reached first. Ma was still behind. When Bholanath and Bhaiji reached, Bhaiji had this strong inner, like, surge. He had this force. He became completely detached. He, after taking bath in the Mansarovar lake, he asked Bholanath that he put down his clothes, his belongings, he just put everything in Bholanath's feet and he said, Baba, I am leaving. I don't want to be in this anymore. I know I have very little time and I am going. So Bholanath was shocked to see what's happening. So he said very like in a strong voice, he said, wait, how can you go without asking Ma's permission? Wait for that. So he waited. And when Ma came, Bholanath came to Ma and said that he is having in such a state of detachment, Purna Vairagya, that he is willing to leave. So then Bhaiji came to Ma and he asked Ma that, Ma, please tell Baba that he give me permission. You also please give me permission. I want to go in the mountains now and spend my rest of the life. I know I'm not going to live longer, but rest of the time. And imagine this person, Bhaiji, he was so dedicated to Ma. He could not live, he could not spend few moments without Ma. And here he is asking Ma that he wants to leave. Why? Here Bhaiji himself said that I am seeing you in all. So I'm not just attached to this body. I'm seeing Ma in all. So he had come to that state. So Ma didn't give him permission. She said, no, you should not go. So he followed what Ma said. And then he requested, at least Ma, give me permission so that I become silent. I want to be in complete silence. Mona. She even did not give permission for that also. So see here how Bhaiji is in such a state of like complete detachment. Doesn't want to be in this world. Doesn't want to speak. And perfect example of a disciple. He followed fully what Ma said. He simply became, okay Ma, what you said, I will follow. Then, when he did this, the result was, through Ma's like inside, the mantras, the sannyas mantras started coming out. And when Ma from Ma's mouth, these mantras were coming out. Bhaiji, suddenly, he listened to it and he came near and he listened the sannyas mantras and he received the sannyas from Ma. So this was the result of his complete dedication to Ma, to the master. That Ma herself initiated into sannyas, the highest. And then she gave him the name Monanand Parvat. She said, as you want to be in silence, Mona, so this body is giving you the name Monanand Parvat. So this then, when this amazing incident happened in the Mansarovar, and then they started coming down to Almora, and during this journey back, Bhaiji's health get more and more and more worse. And when he reached Almora, he was like, could not move in such a state. So the people there in Almora, they tried, they called many doctors, they gave many treatments, but somehow, and Gurpriya Didi, Bholanath ji, Akhandan ji, they all requested Ma, please heal Bhola, please heal Bhaiji. But Ma had no khayal. She was complete in silence. She was in Mona. She didn't say anything. She simply was in that state of stillness. Then they knew that Ma is not willing, and maybe it's the time for Bhaiji to leave. One day she started laughing so loud. Here you can see, like, all the people were in such a sad state that Bhaiji is one of their like main inspiration is leaving, and here Ma is laughing. So they knew that for Ma it's all same, joy or sorrows, birth or death. In all states she is in same oneness. She was untouched. So it is said that when Bhaiji, it was the last day, she spoke to Didi that finish. Everything is done now. And then he said, like, look, how beautiful. Ma and me, one. Bholanath and me, one. It's all one. Ma, 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 ma. He was in such a state of oneness. So, Didi, Bholanath ji, they all were like so much touched. Ma brought her hand on his head, and with this, Ma, it's all Ma. There is no one else. In this supreme state of oneness, he left his body so peacefully, repeating Ma, 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 Ma. So here we see one of the Ma's main disciples, one who really, he was the first one who really knew who Ma is, has left. But he became one with Ma. Jai Ma.